Good day, everyone. Today, I'll be discussing our narrative report in our journey in Out Campus in Kimanait National High School. So, me, Rina Jane Ricare, and Ma'am Chara are the two STs that was deployed in the said school. Okay, let's proceed. So, these are the overview of the Kimanait National High School. We have first the location. So the location of Kimanait National High School is in Kimanait, Pangantugan, Bukidnon. The school has 9 buildings in total, both junior and senior, and there are 25 teaching and 3 non-teaching personnel. And also, the location, which is in Kimanait, are surrounded by 6 small barrios. We have Palo, Balangkaw 1, Balangkaw 2, Malapingan, Siniloan, and Payad. And all of the children in that said barrios, the 6 barrios, they are all studying in Kimanait National High School. So they are walking miles every day just to go to school. So the school is also an interracial school. So as what we have observed in our 1 month stay there, so most probably 20% of the total number of students are Muslims and indigenous people. So let's proceed to the best practices that we have implemented during the class. So the first one is always prepared. So our cooperating teachers advised us that we will prepare a lesson plan good for 1 week so that the discussion every day will be going smoothly and there is no disruption because we already planned the lesson plan ahead of time. The second one, we also have collaborative activities. So, most especially for me in my class, I always do collaborative activities because I have observed that most of the students are uh, uh, I grab their attention by collaborative activities. They learn more, they enjoy, and their attention becomes high, or they remember what I have discussed when I do collaborative activities than discussing in front of the class the whole 15 minutes. So we also have the activity sheets during the synchronous classes. So we have encountered in our stay there, we have also encountered unexpected circumstances, especially the declaration of the DepEd memorandums and municipality memorandums wherein there are days that the students will not go to school and they will have their distance learning. So what we do, since the modules in the school are not enough for all the section in each grade level, so we do activity sheets, or we make our own activity sheets for the students. So we will just send it to their GCs, and then they will answer it, and then later on in the next day they will pass it to us. So even though there are no class for like 2 days, and then after that, in the next week also no class for 2 days, so at least the lessons are still continuing even though there are no the students are not present in the school. We also have interactive games. So this one, students really love interactive games, no, especially when we do it like in the assessment time or at the last part of our discussions. But the problem of these interactive games too is it is time consuming, so we only have 15 minutes to discuss, and sometimes it is not enough to finish the interactivities or when we play games. So but we always find ways, now teachers always find ways to make it work. But then interactive games are very effective, in when we teach, because they learn uh, more than just the beyond they learn beyond the discussion. We also have next is the strategies that we implemented for our cluster management. The first one is the different attention grabbers. So when I have my very first class, I already implemented an attention grabber, which is when I say everybody eyes on me, they will say everybody eyes on you. I also have when I ask something during my discussion, if no one will answer, I will say rule number 5, and all the students will raise their hands as fast as they can, and when I see someone who raised their hand last, I will ask them. So that is very an effective classroom management for them, because they will listen to you and be attentive, because they will not know if they will be called. Also for Ma'am Chara, she also implemented the one clap. So when she say one clap, the students will clap their hands, and uh, their attention will be into her. We also have fun icebreakers. So uh, as what I have observed, no, icebreakers are not like applied mostly in the school, so they are new to this. I don't know if the teachers there implement icebreakers, but we implement like nursery dances like Ram Sam Sam, the Tutita, and they are really entertained by that. And sometimes they requested that they want icebreakers, especially me and my mom Chara is teaching the two subjects in the last period in the afternoon. So students are already eager to go home in that time. So we really uh, implement icebreakers for them to be able to grab their attention and then focus in our discussion after. We also implement the point deduction. So this is also very important, especially when we have collaborative collaborative activities or group activities, when the students are starting to get noisy. So I deduct 1 points or 2 points for those students or groups that are noisy, so they will keep quiet. We also have house rules that are just easy to remember. For example, my house rules is listen. The word listen, uh, it has acronyms. For example, the letter L means lower your voice, or the letter S is keep silence when someone is talking, or the letter N is never leave your notes down. Ma'am Shara also implemented the uh, RPS, which is the respect, participate, and listen. So in that way, the house rules are not very complicated and they will easily understand, known just as unsa naman to ato ang house rules. Remember pa man mo pa ba mo unsay meaning atong letter L, unsay meaning atong letter R. So they will remember it easily, and they will uh, follow the house rules then. Uh, Okay, let's proceed now to the challenges that we have encountered during our journey in Kimanait National High School. The first one is in the students. So the very first, or the very even though my first class in grade 8, this is one of the very common problem that I encountered, the absenteeism. Imagine my first day of teaching the grade 8, I just teach like 10 students, because most of them are cutting classes or most of them are really absent. So sometimes I teach just 6 students or 7 students. No, so because again, we are teaching the last subjects in the afternoon, so students are cutting classes and already got home in that time. So absenteeism is really a problem for us, especially when we do quizzes or activities or performance tasks, and then later on in the and the next day they are already present, and then the other day absent na po, present, absent, so pabalik-balik. So as teachers are galisod mi unsaon pag-track sa ilahang activities, ilahang performance or ilahang records. The next one is participation and performance tasks. So there are really students that don't want to participate in our class, especially when dancing, because maulaw daw sila, dili sila mag-perform if dili sila kabalo, and then dili jud nimo sila mapilit, dili jud sila mag-perform. Na mga students na ing-ana, and I also have one student na siya something problems sa ihang, basta pag makita pa lang nimo siya is there is something wrong with him, and his classmates also understand his situation. So I asked the background to my cooperating teacher about what is that type of students, and the performance na siya sa class sa iyang performance, and then she said that uh, pabayaan na daw siya if dili siya mag-perform, dili daw siya piliton para dili siya ma-trigger. So that's what I did. If dili siya mag-perform, dili na lang po na ako piliton mag-perform. Sometimes also some Muslims in our performance task is dili jud sila mag-perform, or dili, especially dances, sometimes dili sila mag-perform, and my cooperating teacher said that dili na lang po sila piliton, mangita mig other ways or other performance tasks nga ihatag sa ilaha. We also have child's retention. This is also a problem for us, is like when we are just discussing one topic, and then I will ask question in that topic, is dili jud sila maka answer diretso, or dili jud sila makasabot. So we need to discuss it, or give more examples that they can relate, so that they can answer our questions. So sometimes when I ask questions to my students, if dili sila maka-answer, I revise the question the easiest way possible para maka-answer sila, or maghatag og mga hint or other examples para makahatag po sila ilang examples po. We also have the using in English language in class. So after leaving the university laboratory, so naana jud mi nga mag-teach o mag-talk of English during the class, and then me and Ma'am Shara is kanang we unintentionally apply it during the class, like mag-English bitaw kami, dili na mo mabantayan, and then dili jud makasabot ang mga students, even though simple English, mag-ask jud sila nga, ma'am unsay pasabot ana, ma'am unsay pasabot ani, ma'am ana. So our cooperating teacher said na in discussing, no, even though gi-teach me or gi-train me to only talk in English, is dili jud siya ma-apply in public schools. Kailangan jud Bisayaon jud ang students, and then himay-himayon jud ang pag-discuss para masabtan nila. So using English is dili jud siya applicable when discussing in the class. We also have the tardiness. So sometimes students is mag-teach kag students nga 20 ka buok, and then later on tunga-tunga na sa imong klase is nanay manulod nga tig-tulo, tig-duha. So sometimes late sila, and then magsulod sila if gusto nila, if dili sila gusto or dili sila ganahan sa imong discussion, mugasa sila galit, something ana bitaw. So munang problem na amo ang gaka-encounter. The second one is for the cooperating teachers. We have no problem on them at all. No, so they are very cooperative. They are very supportive when we are teaching, and they give us strategies, or they give us background about specific students that when we ask what is the problem with that. And then for parents, there were also none, and for the school head, there were also none. Uh, and we will add these challenges that we really encountered during our journey in the public school, which is the DepEd and municipality memorandums, wherein there are some days that the students will not be present in school, and will have their distance learning and distance learning, and we will just do modular. So one of the problems that we have encountered in this is, even though we give them activities, is dili ni gihapon nila answeran. Now kami gihapon ang magukod nga, naman to yung mga activity, please answer it and pass it today. So sometimes ang students, dili jud nimo mapilit nga mapa-answer sila even though wala sila yung mga kasi ana nga time. And we also experience the half day classes wherein there are only four classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon there are modular. So we find it hard because sometimes our classes are not in the morning, so we need to go to our classes and give the modules to our students, and sometimes they're not present in their class, and they are roaming around, so you cannot give all the activities to them. And even though nang ipasa na mo siya sa GC or SEND, is dili gyapon mag-answer jud ang uban nga students. So that is a major problem that you have encountered during the asynchronous classes, mga memorandums sa nga gi-declare sa DepEd. Okay, the next one is our realization. So we really realize that private versus public school or our experience in the university laboratory is really different from the public schools. So tama jud tong giingon ni Sir Jomar nga sa public schools diha jud ka maka-experience nga walk out ra ka sa students, nga mag-teach ra ka og tulo ra ka buok nga students, and sometimes even though balik-baliko na nimo ang pag-discuss, is dili jud masabtan sa students, no? So there are really different, and na challenge jud me because as we have experience sa MU laboratory, is isa ra ka discuss sa mga students is kasabot na sila, but then sa public school is way different. But then it is really a great experience, no? Even though daghan mig mga unexpected experiences or mga na-shock, na-culture shock me, or wala mi nag-expect nga in ana di ay, but then because of that we grew, and then nakatuon mi mahimong flexible, mag-adjust, and also nakatuon mi nga kanang sa tanan nga mga panahon na kailangan we need to be there, be supportive to the students, and also lahi jud ang effect if nakay good relationship with your students, even though mo nagakalisod na kag pag-teach sa ilaha unsay pamaagi para bitaw mahatag jud nimo ang best strategy nga kanang makatuon jud sila. But then even though yung ana is, if you have a good relationship with your students, na makuha jud nimo ilahang attention bitaw. And then we are also very thankful that we choose this school, even though layo kayo ni siya sa MU, no? It is in our bukid pa jud ni siya, pinaka bukid, but then wala mi nagmahay that me and Ma'am Chara choose this school. So now we have here our documentations during our first activity or nahitabo, which is the site visitation up until the last. The first one you have here, the site visitation, wherein gipakilala daid mi sa amo ang cooperating teachers, which is si Ma'am Emmy Mata and then Sir Junifer Balocos. We also have here exam proctor, wherein katong 2 days katong magsugod na ang observation is timing man pud nga exam time sa mga students. So instead of observing, na nag-proctor based sa mga students. During also that time, in the second day, the students, the school had their earthquake, their drill. So kami po na mga student teachers is participate sa earthquake drill. We also have here our collaborative activities wherein mag-grab jud ang attention bitaw sa students, and then they cooperate and then build relationship also with their classmates, and also teamwork. Okay, we also have here pictures during our classes wherein we do collaborative activities or activity sheets for them, discussing, and then pa-games or gamification or interactive games for them after uh, discussing the whole unit. Okay, we also have here collaborative activities for the students. This part is the class of Mangchara, and this part is the class of me in grade 8, wherein gamay ra jud kay sila, sometimes 10 ra sila kabuok or 6 ra sila kabuok. Okay, we also have here career guidance. So during the career guidance of the grade 10, 11, and 12, we help the teachers cut their sash, and then we also volunteered to help the grade 10 students on their makeup. No, so na instant makeup artist me ani na time. We also have the first Friday Mass. So they celebrate the first Friday Mass every first Friday of the month. So we, the faculties, including the student teachers, are the choir members at this time. So after the first Friday Mass in the afternoon, the school celebrated their TLE and Expo Bazaar, wherein Sir Jerwin, the principal of the school, appointed us to be the MC. So this is our first ever experience of being an MC in the uh, Kimanait National High School. So here we have here pictures of the different booths during the TLA Fair and Bazaar, the wherein they have their innovative products that they sell, and they also the TLE Cookery also sells food at that time, and this time was it is very joyful and uh, very enjoyable. Also, we also had the opportunity to had a meeting with the faculty uh, after the implementing of the asynchronous classes, wherein there are only classes in the morning and in the afternoon. So they discuss here on how they're going to implement it well, especially in giving the modules. So we are just there with Mom Chara listening while they are discussing, and it's really a great experience. Like, we feel like we belong or we are part of the faculty that time. Uh, After that, we also have the third convocation program, wherein we also helped the uh, sponsor sections that time to prepare for the convocation program. Yes, we also have here the module distribution. So during this time, we distribute modules to the students, and they have a paper that they are going to sign after they get their modules or activity sheets. So these are my grade 8 students. Uh, so after that, the last activity that we did before we end our journey in the Gimanite National High School is the MAPI Day, wherein we prepare the activities, we prepare the stage, and we are also the MC that time. So during this time, this was supposed to be an asynchronous classes, but then there were no available time. So even though it is asynchronous, we still uh, gikandak gihapon namo ang MAPI Day, wherein in the first part of the program, all the performance tasks that we have in different subjects from grade 7 to grade 8 is they were going to present it. So the grade 7 did festival dance, the grade 8 folk dance. The grade 9 is Zumba dance exercise. The grade 10 is cheer dance and opera, ballet, and then we also have the grade 11, which is the field demonstration, and the grade 12, the contemporary dance. So all the sections unites and then perform all your performance tasks. So it is a two-in-one activity actually. We also have here a picture of me and Ma'am Chara, and then with our very active and very beautiful and handsome cooperating teachers, Ma'am Emmy Mata and Sir Jennifer Balocos. So we also have here the pictures of the students during the activity. So as you can see, they are really prepared sa ilang performance task because uh, na sila yung mga attire from grade 7 to grade 8, and this is not only for a performance task but it is also a competition wherein every grade level is mag-compete sila with each other. So that's it. That is the wrap up of our journey in Kimanait National High School, and we are very blessed and very uh, pleased that we choose this school other than the big schools in the city. Now we picked the schools here in tunga sa bukid, between the mountains, but then we are very glad. The teachers, the atmosphere of the students are really polite. Like we say good morning like 100 times a day, because students when they meet you they really say good morning mom, good morning sir. They are very polite. The teachers are also very friendly. I mean all of them are really friendly, and also the school, the ambience, um the like the overall impact of the school to us are really like it is really unforgettable, and I will really miss this school. So that's it for our journey and experiences and our 1 month stay in Kimanait National High School. So thank you and good day.